Imagine this. Every second ticking away is a piece of your future slipping through your fingers. What if you could harness time like a weapon? What if you could ignite your purpose so fiercely that no obstacle could stand in your way? This is not about working harder. It's about living ruthlessly and relentlessly. Today, you and I are diving deep into the mindset of champions, those who are ruthless with their time and relentless with their purpose. Are you ready to stop surviving and start dominating? Let's go. Step 1. Time is your greatest currency. Time is the most valuable asset you will ever have, more precious than money, possessions, or even relationships. Unlike anything else you chase or accumulate in life, time operates under a brutal and non-negotiable rule. Once it's spent, it's gone. You can earn back money, you can rebuild a business, you can heal a broken relationship, but you will never, no matter how rich, powerful, or influential you become, be able to buy back a single second of time that has passed you by. Every moment is an investment. When you wake up in the morning, you are handed a fresh account with a limited balance. And how you choose to spend those minutes determines whether you move closer to your dreams or drift further from them. Most people treat time casually, like loose change jingling in their pockets, tossing it away on distractions, gossip, procrastination, and mindless habits, believing they have an endless supply. They don't. No one does. Every tick of the clock is a silent reminder that your future is being shaped right now. Not someday, not when conditions are perfect, but this very moment. The greatest trap is the illusion that you have plenty of time. It's the lie that tells you tomorrow is guaranteed, that waiting is safe, that delaying your dreams, your growth, your greatness somehow makes sense. But time doesn't wait. It doesn't slow down because you're uncertain. It doesn't pause because you're afraid. It doesn't rewind because you weren't ready. It just moves forward, always forward, taking pieces of your life with it. Understanding time as your greatest currency forces you to elevate your standards. It forces you to be intentional with your choices, fiercely protective of your energy, and crystal clear on what matters most. It demands that you wake up with urgency, live with purpose, and refuse to waste even a moment on things that do not serve your destiny. It demands discipline, clarity, and a warrior's mindset, because in the end, how you spend your time is how you spend your life. And step 2, say no ruthlessly. Saying no ruthlessly is not about being rude, harsh, or uncaring. It is about being deeply loyal to your highest priorities. Every time you say yes to something that does not align with your mission, you are indirectly saying no to something that does. Life is a constant negotiation between what demands your attention and what truly deserves it. If you are not willing to be ruthless with your no, the world will flood your schedule with obligations, distractions, and noise until your own goals are buried under other people's expectations. The reality is most people struggle with saying no because they fear judgment, disapproval, or missing out. They accept invitations they don't want, commit to tasks they resent, and spread themselves so thin that they dilute their own power. But living a life of excellence demands a different level of commitment. It demands that you protect your time, energy, and focus as if your future depends on it. Because it does. Every yes must be earned. Every commitment must be weighed against the ultimate question. Does this move me closer to my mission? When you develop the strength to say no without guilt, you reclaim your authority over your own life. You stop being a passive participant in your days and start being an active creator of your destiny. It means turning down distractions that are dressed up as opportunities. It means declining invitations that would only pull you off course. It means resisting the urge to please others at the cost of betraying yourself. True power lies not in your ability to do more, but in your ability to focus deeply on what truly matters. Saying no ruthlessly is about choosing greatness over mediocrity, purpose over popularity, and depth over shallowness. It requires vision, because if you don't know what you are saying yes to in your life, you will never have the strength to say no to the things that don't belong. It is not about being busy. It's about being deliberate. It's about understanding that every no clears space for the right yes, that every no is an investment in your highest calling, and that every no sharpens the blade of your purpose until you move through life with precision and unstoppable force. Step 3, purpose is your inner fire. Purpose is not a luxury reserved for a chosen few. It is the inner fire that resides within every person, waiting to be ignited. It is the force that gives your life meaning beyond the routine, beyond the struggle, beyond the surface level existence that so many people drift through day after day. Purpose is the invisible current that pulls you forward when everything else around you tries to hold you back. It is the reason you fight, the reason you rise, the reason you push yourself beyond what is comfortable or convenient. Without a clear purpose, life becomes mechanical, colorless, and hollow, a series of actions without passion, a journey without direction. When you're connected to your purpose, you move differently. You don't wake up because the alarm clock demands it. You wake up because something inside of you refuses to let you stay still. Purpose creates urgency. Purpose breathes resilience. Purpose transforms suffering into sacrifice and obstacles into opportunities. It makes the painful moments bearable because they are part of something bigger, something sacred. It makes the victories even sweeter because you know they are tied to a deeper mission rather than empty vanity. Purpose sharpens your focus. It cuts through the noise and distraction of the modern world like a blade through fog. When you know your why, the how becomes easier to endure. You stop wasting time chasing things that look good on the surface but leave you empty inside. You stop living for approval, applause, or acceptance because your fire burns from within, not from external validation. Your energy is no longer scattered. It is concentrated, directed, and amplified by the clarity of your mission. Purpose is also what sustains you when motivation fades, because motivation is fickle, but purpose is unbreakable. Motivation gets you started on a good day. Purpose keeps you moving through the bad ones. It doesn't bend in the face of adversity. It grows stronger. It doesn't shrink under pressure. It expands. Purpose transforms ordinary people into extraordinary leaders, artists, creators, and warriors because it taps into a power that is limitless, a power that doesn't come from skills or resources, but from the very core of who you are and what you're here to do. Purpose demands responsibility because when you're called to something greater, you no longer have the luxury of playing small. You can no longer hide behind excuses or distractions. The fire inside of you will not let you. It will burn through complacency. It will consume comfort zones. It will drive you to demand more of yourself than you ever thought possible. And in doing so, it will not just change your life. It will leave a mark on the world that can never be erased. Step 4, relentless execution beats perfection. Relentless execution beats perfection because action, even imperfect action, is the force that creates momentum, progress, and ultimately success. Perfection is a seductive illusion, a trap, disguised as a standard of excellence, but underneath it lies fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being enough. People get stuck in the endless loop of planning, tweaking, revising, waiting for the perfect time or the perfect conditions, not realizing that while they hesitate, the opportunity slips further away. Life does not reward those who plan perfectly. It rewards those who move, who adapt, who push forward, even when the circumstances are messy and uncertain. Execution means you make a decision and you follow through. It means you trust yourself enough to act before you have all the answers. It means you move even when you are not fully ready. Because the truth is, you will never be fully ready. Growth comes through doing, not thinking. Clarity comes through action, not waiting. Confidence is built by taking the first step, stumbling, learning, adjusting, and stepping again. Faster, smarter, stronger each time. Waiting for perfect creates paralysis. Relentless execution creates mastery. Relentless execution is about understanding that failure is not your enemy. Delay is your enemy. Hesitation is your enemy. Doubt disguised as preparation is your enemy. Every time you choose execution over perfection, you get real-world feedback. You learn what works and what doesn't. You sharpen your instincts. You build resilience. You develop the ability to adapt under pressure, to innovate on the fly, to rise where others fall because you are battle-tested, not merely theory-trained. Execution doesn't mean recklessness. It means focused, consistent, determined action toward a goal. It means setting a standard for yourself where you refuse to let minor setbacks derail you, where you measure your worth not by how flawless your plan looks on paper, but by how many times you showed up, pushed through, and made things happen. It is about stacking wins, no matter how small, until it builds into unstoppable momentum. It is about understanding that speed matters, not because rushing guarantees quality, but because movement creates opportunities that standing still never will. Those who execute relentlessly are the ones who turn ideas into realities, dreams into empires, visions into legacies. They are the ones who understand that action creates energy, energy creates belief, and belief creates outcomes. They are not concerned with looking perfect along the way. They are obsessed with progress, obsessed with impact, obsessed with doing the work that moves them closer to their mission every single day. Relentless execution builds an unstoppable force within you, a belief that no matter what happens, you will figure it out because you are already moving, already adapting, already creating a path where none existed before. Step 5. Every day is a war for your future. Every day is a war for your future because from the moment you wake up, forces are working against your dreams, your focus, and your growth. The war is invisible to most people because it doesn't look like chaos from the outside. It looks like comfort, distraction, procrastination, easy choices. But underneath those surfaces, a battle is raging between the person you are today and the person you are capable of becoming. It's not a war fought once a year when you set goals or make resolutions. It's fought every morning when the alarm goes off, every afternoon when fatigue sets in, every evening when the temptation to relax and settle pulls at you. Every decision you make is a weapon in this war. Choosing discipline over comfort is an act of war. Choosing focus over distraction is an act of war. Choosing action over excuses is an act of war. You are either fighting for your future or surrendering it with every choice, every hour, every breath. The battlefield is your calendar, your habits, your conversations, your thoughts. If you are not actively winning this war, you are losing it by default. Because life doesn't pause while you hesitate. Your dreams don't sit patiently waiting for you to gather courage. They either grow stronger through your actions or wither through your inaction. This war demands awareness because the enemy often wears a friendly face. It shows up as the tempting offer to take it easy today, to binge another show, to delay the important work because you have plenty of time. It whispers that you deserve a break before you've earned it. It convinces you that small compromises don't matter, that missing one workout, skipping one project, putting off one hard conversation won't make a difference. But they do. Every skipped discipline, every delayed dream compounds over time until you wake up one day to realize that you have lost territory you didn't even notice you were surrendering. The war for your future is not won with one grand victory. It is won in the trenches of your daily life. It's won by showing up when it's hard, by pushing when you feel weak, by sacrificing short-term pleasure for long-term greatness. It's won by fighting against the pull of mediocrity, by refusing to let the world's low standards become your standard. It's won by building habits that align with your highest self, by surrounding yourself with people who challenge you to rise, by speaking to yourself with the intensity and belief that a warrior speaks before going into battle. Understanding that every day is a war transforms the way you approach your life. You stop waiting for motivation to strike. You stop looking for the easy path. You start moving with urgency, with intention, with the kind of relentless drive that refuses to waste another second living below your potential. You understand that your future isn't built in one day, but it is built day by day, and every day you are either advancing toward it or retreating from it. The fight is real. The stakes are everything. The reward is the life you're born to live. Step 6.live. Urgently act powerfully. Living urgently and acting powerfully means waking up every day with a deep understanding that time is limited, that opportunities are fleeting, and that your window to create the life you dream of is shrinking with every passing moment. It is a mindset that refuses to allow complacency or hesitation to take root. Living urgently is not about rushing mindlessly. It's about moving with a fierce, focused intensity, treating every decision, every action, every conversation as if it truly matters, because it does. It's recognizing that you don't have forever to make an impact, to build your dreams, to live with passion, and so you cannot afford to drift through your days like you have an endless supply of tomorrows. Urgency creates energy. When you live urgently, you don't wait for the perfect mood, the right circumstances, or the green light from others. You generate your own momentum. You become the initiator, the creator, the one who moves while others are still thinking about it. You stop negotiating with your goals. You stop bargaining with your future. You understand that every second spent hesitating is a second stolen from the life you are capable of living at your highest level. Urgency strips away the luxury of excuses. It demands that you stop entertaining distractions and start treating your goals like life or death missions, because in a very real sense, they are. They are the difference between a life of meaning and a life of regret. Acting powerfully is the natural extension of living urgently. It means showing up to every task, every challenge, every opportunity with the full force of your energy, focus, and commitment. It's moving with a presence and certainty that cannot be ignored. Power is not arrogance. It is clarity combined with action. It is standing tall in the middle of chaos and choosing to be decisive when others are paralyzed by fear. It is speaking when it's easier to stay silent, taking action when it's easier to stay still, pushing forward when it would be more comfortable to settle. When you act powerfully, you don't shrink yourself to fit the room. You expand the room with your presence. You don't hope for opportunities to fall into your lap. You create them with relentless pursuit. You don't tiptoe through life trying to avoid mistakes. You charge forward knowing that mistakes are simply feedback for your greatness. Acting powerfully requires that you abandon small thinking, that you stop aiming for what is probable and start reaching for what feels impossible. It demands that you operate from a place of strength even when doubt creeps in, that you commit to your actions even before you feel fully confident, because you understand that confidence is earned through doing, not waiting. Living urgently and acting powerfully transforms the way you experience life. It makes every moment charged with purpose. It brings intensity to your vision and decisiveness to your choices. It pulls greatness out of you because it leaves no room for passive existence. It forces you to bring all of yourself to the table, your mind, your heart, your spirit, your energy, and to play at a level that most people never even glimpse because they're too busy waiting for the right time that never comes. It is a way of living that demands the best of you and in return offers the satisfaction of knowing that you are squeezing every ounce of potential from the time you are given. So now the question isn't, can you do it? The question is, will you? Will you be ruthless with your time, relentless with your purpose? Will you wake up tomorrow? No. Will you wake up today and fight for the future that's already inside you, just waiting to be unleashed? Because nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's handing you your dreams wrapped up with a bow. It's on you. It's in your decisions. It's in your urgency. It's in the way you move with purpose, the way you refuse to waste another second living below the standard you were born for. Every moment is a vote for the person you're becoming. Every action is a brick in the foundation of your legacy. You don't need more time. You don't need more chances. You need to decide right now that this is your time. Get ruthless. Get relentless, and don't stop until your reality matches the vision that's been burning inside you all along.